Hello everybody, right, exciting day. PC's arrived, it's sat there, big ass box. So I'm just going to do a bit of an unboxing, see what state it's in after DPD have done their thing with it. Just kind of go over the whole process as well, probably through the process of unboxing it. It's a pretty big box, so I'm just going to leave you guys on the tripod here. Sorry about the sun glare, not a lot I can do about it. Steady that off a little bit, because it's shaking like a shitting dog. There we go. Oh, that's no better, is it? There we go. Cheap ass Amazon tripods for you. In fact, I'm going to move you guys up here. Grab my industrial knife. Just put you here. There you go. See my lovely couch as I'm dropping things. Yeah, so big ass box. Let's see what's inside. It did feel a little bit loose. Is it just one of those? Yeah, it is. Look. That's that one. Alright, I'm going to get you guys to have a look. So, contents of the box, literally just opened it all up. Here's my card. It's pre-built, so they've built all this for me. But what I do like is they're sending me all the boxes and stuff. So, if you're the sort of person that buys pre-builts to resell stuff, you can do all that. So you're getting a bit of a sneak preview of what I've got in here anyway, but I will put all the specs up in the description of the video. Mouse there, I did order that, and the keyboard, which is down here. Yeah, just because I've only got, that's the desk it's going to be sat on, so I've only got basic stuff. So the PC is going to be in that one, and there's a few other bits, so let me just put you back. Lovely. Right. Get that out. Lovely little mouse mat as well. Alright, get rid of that because that's my address, so you don't want that. Yeah, nothing really major interest in there, it's just a little hello and welcome sort of thing, and then packing materials. In terms of packing, not blown away so far, because a lot of the stuff, as you saw, was loose in the box, so very easy for that to sort of like be banged around. Anyone that is watching this from the United Kingdom knows that our couriers aren't exactly friendly with boxes, so that's probably been yeeted all over the shop already. But it appears to be double chinned. So yeah, appears to be in one piece. Let's get this box cracked open. See what's in that one. I'll have a look through these. I'm guessing, because when you buy, yeah, there's stuff still in there. So I'm assuming in here, if I can get it open with one hand, I'm assuming this is just like the spares that came with it. Let me pop you on my desk actually. You around. See what I mean? The sun glare. Can't really film videos from this angle, can I? That's took a bit of a whack, look. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Obviously Mr. DPD man's had fun with this already. Fortunately, I think the box the case comes in, yeah, it's just an empty box, look. A few cables in there just in case, different motherboards, cable ties as well. Yeah, so Best way for me to do this, I think, is going to be find a place to rest this camera. We'll get the PC on here and we'll have a proper look at it and see what's going on. Alright, I'll come back to you in a sec. I think this will do. I'm not going to move the monitor. Hopefully this doesn't really get in the way. You can see just the size of the box. I've gone for this Corsair case. Sort of fit the colour scheme. You can't see my face, that's strategic. Fits the colour scheme as you'll see when we get it all cracked open. And it had quite a few nice features to it as well. So it was the one I opted for. In terms of the company I bought it from, I'll throw links in the description. So this has come from a company called AWD. They seem to specialise in pre-builts, and at the minute, given the current issues in getting graphics cards, it seems to be the best way to get a PC. I was looking at building my own. I've built PCs before, granted many years ago, but I've still built them before, so I sort of had a vague idea of what I was looking at. And yeah, they seemed about the only way to get any sort of decent configuration, parts, graphics cards particularly. Pricing wise, I paid £1,500 for this system. Pretty reasonable, to be fair. I'll throw in fact, we'll go through it when I have a look at the PC, but I'll throw the specs in the description below anyway, so you can have a look for yourselves. See if it's got a good variant. It's got a 3060 in here, hopefully. We've got 32 gigs, Intel i5, 10600KF, so the overclockable version. Decent motherboard. Yeah, it just seemed like a decent package, and it should do everything I need it to do. So let's put you back up here. There you go. Let's get this bad boy open. Oh, she's a beauty. Yeah, as suspected, much better packaging in here. So I can kind of forgive the box now for the packaging, because what we're dealing with in here, we've got this nice durable foam that'll protect it from knocks and bangs in transit. The case itself, yeah, no issues with that at all. It looks like it's arrived in fine condition, and this box was inside that one, which did have a little bit of packing material and was surrounded with all that lot. So yeah, no issues, to be fair. It looks like it's okay. So just while I'm going to be careful unboxing this, I'll put you guys back over here. A bit of a better angle. So you probably realise I've not got the best space in this house. It's quite possibly the world's smallest house. This is my living room. That's my sim rig there. People watching this video will probably know I've clicked on this because I've posted it in the sim racing community. We'll be interested to see what sort of nonsense I've been spending my money on this time. So I'm just going to put this box on the floor. Give that a clean. Because that's where your PC is going to sit. And then she's a beaut. Right, got a little case manual. We're not bothered about that. Yeah, grip that there. Can't see this, but there she is. This is the PC I've ordered. We'll have a bit of a closer look, so let me just around. So this is the Corsair 400, is it? I'll just put the box down. 400X RGB, so we should have fans here that are coloured. You can pop this off, I believe, as well. This tempered glass front. Got a tempered glass side panel. Removable mesh top as well. You can see that. Front I/O, bit sparse. I've seen better. So we have got one USB, USB-C, headphone, mic jack, and that's a reset button by the looks of things. You'll have to forgive me, in terms of modern technology, I'm not the best. They have put some packaging on the inside. Normally you see these expandable foam type inserts. What they've gone for here instead is air packaging. Oh, captive screws. I like that. Nice little package. Let's have a look on the back. So rear of the PC, they do tell you to connect the monitor below, so you can see the sort of target audience that they're aiming themselves at. Motherboard I/O, so we've got a couple of USBs on there as well. Graphics card, so I can run triples on this if I really want to. Jesus, got 4 display and quite, that's pretty beefy. So let's flick and have a look. You can tell why I never made it as a YouTuber, can't you? I'm not exactly the best at preventing things. Right. How do you come off? I really don't want to force the issue with this case. Normally, it just pop. Yeah, they're both off. There we go. Just popped out forward, so I'll pop you down there. Wow. They didn't spare any expansion. So here it is. Here's my beauty. So if I put you there, right on the edge, and then hopefully you get a bit of a better look. If I can do this as well, there you go. Okay, so we've got GTX 3060 overclocked. We've got the Corsair Capellix cooler, so that's a all-in-one water cooled with the Intel i5, 32 gigs of RAM. The sticks look pretty basic, so they're not RGB sticks or anything fancy like that, but that was probably an oversight on my part. If I'd have properly looked through it, I might have decided to go for something a bit better, but hey, it'll do the job. It's 3200 megahertz RAM, so it should be absolutely fine. Got an SSD in there somewhere as well. I think, looking at this case, and we'll flip it around in a minute and actually have a look at the cable management and stuff. From what I read about the case, there is a slot at the back for the SSDs. So it's not, there is a slot there for an SSD. So I could actually add another one in later on. Cool, right. Let us go back and have a look at the back. Let's see what the cable management's all about. Well, you know what? That's pretty good, you know. The case comes with these little sort of channels anyway. I think that's the right word for putting it, but they have used cable ties everywhere else. It's nice and tidy. You wouldn't be unhappy with that. You've got, I think this is your RGB controller. So I'll be able to control all my fan lights and stuff through that. 2 TB hard drive down here. We've got the Corsair 650F power module as well. So I think that's the right one for this setup anyway. That's the one that was recommended with the setup. And then our SSD. Yeah, happy with this. Let's see if we can get this all powered on. Connected to this monitor. Thumbs, fingers, whatever. See what it does. Right, moment of truth time. One thing that I've noticed, and whether I've just glossed over it, I've checked all the packaging, which you can see is just streaming around my living room. No power cable. Bit odd. Whether I was not meant to get one or not, I'm not too sure. 1 minute, let me just... Satisfying. Very satisfying. I'm glad they left this for me to do, because I really enjoy stuff like this. Anyway, yeah, I am a little bit weird. We're going to power it on in a sec, see if it posts. Oh. Yeah, that's done it. There's probably one on the front here as well. Yeah, there is. We've got another one. Oh, beautiful. Right, we've connected power. I think the monitor's on. Oh wait, it would help. Yeah, it would help if you turn it right. We're in. Oh, it's quiet. It's really quiet. What's that we're posting, ladies and gents? Give you some better shots. Yeah, Windows setup stuff. Right, I'm gonna do that. We'll do a bit of a wrap up, round up review sort of thing. Right, all done. All set up. Yeah, all booted nice. I've just checked everything's recognised, and it is. So I'll show you that in a second. I might move that to that side just so I can. What's the point in having all this fancy RGB if you can't see it because it's hidden by my rig? So I might move it. We'll see. Ultimately, the aim is this PC is going to run not just games on here, but it's going to run games on that as well. Might upgrade that monitor in time. We will see. But yeah, that's currently just hooked up to a PS4. I want to be trying some different stuff as we go along, but I'm just sort of wanting to explore the world of gaming as well, because this is, I don't know if you can tell, kind of happy right now. This is like my first ever gaming PC. I've had PCs before, basic workstations. I've got a bloody degree in electrical engineering, for Christ's sake, so I've worked around computers and IT for quite a while, but I've never invested in one for myself. So this is quite exciting. But I wanted to give you a bit of an unbiased review. So let's talk about AWD for a little bit, and what the whole experience was like buying from them. So website, really good. You got a few good options on the website, in which, so I know I'm staring up here, but it's because the lens is down here somewhere, so just ignore that if you wouldn't mind. I can't look there. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, the website, you've got a ton of different options on there. So you've got Intel AMD based. I'll be honest, the only reason I chose Intel was cost. The AMD ones are quite expensive because they're better. I'll be honest, I've got an Intel in this right now, but I'll even hold my hands up and say Ryzen is probably the preferred one if you're going to be gaming. With each one, and I'll send you the link, there'll be a link in the description below to the exact one that I bought. I've got the specs here and I'll show you those in a moment. You can customize it to whatever you want as well, so you can upgrade like your cooler. So this one would have come with a standard air cool. I went water cooling. Upgraded the memory, upgraded the storage. This one came with the 3060, so I've already got the bigger graphics card in here anyway. I say the bigger, I know there's like 3090s out and stuff, but a 3060 will do for what I want. It's got the performance that I need. I'm not a 3D art renderer or anything daft like that, so a 3060 will do me just fine. The case I think is fantastic. The Corsair case got a load of nice new features. You can remove this tempered glass panel, it just pops out. Nice tempered glass side. The cable management's absolutely spot on as well. They've done a really good job with that. Yeah, buying through the website was nice and simple. No problems at all. It's quite clear, so they tell you what the upgrade costs are for each path you want. So if you want to upgrade your storage, you can do. If you want to upgrade your memory, you can do. They've got special offers on, so I was able to whack a 2 TB in this for not a lot of money. Added on keyboard and mouse as well for £40. They're reduced from 80, so I've got that as well. They do all sorts, so it's well worth checking AWD out. If I was to give any feedback, I guess, if the guys from AWD end up watching this, the only thing that I would feedback on really is just keeping someone involved through the process. The website will list your order as processed as soon as your payment is sort of accepted. So as soon as they've gone, yep, we've got your payment, that's all you hear. You don't hear anything else until your PC actually turns up. I actually got a text at about 6:30 this morning saying what my delivery slot was. That's it. to be fair, that's the only criticism I've got. And I'm quite a critical person. Anyone that knows me will know that I will tear stuff to shreds. I'll look into the deep dark bowels of it, but that and the packaging. The fact that, I mean, to be fair, it's only that lot, which is not that lot, or that lot. It's only empty boxes that they left just outside of the case box. The computer itself, the important bit, the expensive bit, was well protected. They put packaging inside the case as well, which, yeah, I know is pretty standard nowadays, but that costs some extra. It's extra time as well. That's just to keep that big chunky graphics card in place. They didn't have to do that, but they did, so respect the fact that they did that. Were really well put together, absolutely no issues with it. It booted up straight away. It took me about 5 hours to get through the Windows, like, do you want Cortana and all that nonsense that Windows makes you do. Let's have a look at the system, let's check it out. Not much on there to see at the minute, but I'll show you the specs as well. So let me just turn the camera around. So these are the specs, if you can see them. So this is the listing on the website. This is what it'd be called. So we've got the IQ 400X RGB, Intel i5 10600KF, and then we've got the Asus ROG Strix RTX 3060 in there, and then these are the options. So everything on here, which as you can see is pretty much everything, is upgradable. So you can upgrade your build time. I didn't actually have the option of doing that. We'll talk about that in a moment though. Choose your case color. I think you could have the airflow one as well if you wanted. They do an airflow version of this. You could upgrade the graphics card if you wanted to, but a 3060 was fine. You could upgrade the CPU if you wanted to, but I thought the 10600 6-core was more than enough for me. You could upgrade the motherboard, but I think the motherboard was only, you could only have Wi-Fi on it, and I've just got it hooked into a cable. You can probably see at the back. Where else are we? PSU, you could upgrade that. You could upgrade the memory as well, which I did. It came with 8 gigabytes as standard, but I've gone for 32 gig, 3200 megahertz, and then all this sort of stuff as well. So the primary and secondary storage devices, etc., etc. And I added on the bundle, and a nice little mouse pad as well, because why not? In terms of the system, I've got one of these Samsung wide monitors, so you might struggle seeing it, but you can see obviously you've got a CPU there. We've got the 32 gig of memory recognised. In terms of bloatware on the system, there isn't any. So if anyone buys like a pre-built from like Dell or anything, you'll just get tons of bloatware. On this there really isn't anything. There's BullGuard, which is internet security. I forgot to spec that out, but I imagine that's probably going to be easy enough to uninstall. Standard Windows stuff. Nvidia control panel, I've just installed that myself because it reminded me to do that. And the only other thing they've done is added in a folder called testing tools, which you can't see here actually because I'm not looking at it. These are, it's just benchmarking. So I can go in and benchmark my own computer and just see how it gets on performing with games. I like that's a good touch. They know the target audience. They know who they're selling to. They're selling to people who know gaming. Or want to use the system for gaming anyway. So and then they've put their own details on there. They've put a link as well to their own website for you if you want system support. Right, so let me just pop you guys down here. Oh, that's gone wrong. It's gone very wrong. There we go. I'm using one of them cheap Amazon tripods. I'll squat down, it's fine. Would I buy from AWD again? Answer's yeah. Any day of the week. Couldn't praise them enough, to be fair. I did message him on Twitter the other day. Well, not message him, I sent him a little mention. Just asking when my order would be here, because I hadn't heard anything. I wasn't sure. The build time is in working days. So Monday to Friday. There's a bank holiday in there as well, so I wasn't exactly sure. And to my surprise, like today's my birthday. I wasn't expecting it till next week. Given the time, they've delivered it early. And when I messaged them, they were actually building my PC. So, yeah, I can't complain at all. They got back to me straight away on Twitter. I've not obviously experienced any sort of like technical support or after sales or anything, because fingers crossed, touch wood, I don't need to. But absolutely no complaints of the pre-sales really. other than the I would like to have a little, even if I could just log online and it just says we've picked your components, we're building your PC, estimated completion date, yada yada. Whether they've got the ability to do that or not, I'm not sure. If I was them and it cost a lot of money to implement something like that, then no, I probably wouldn't bother. But it's a small gripe for what is. I've ended up with a very well built, high performing system. Reasonable cost, especially given the GPU market. A GTX 3060 is pretty much a Bitcoin miner's wet dream. So the fact that I've got one sat next to me at the moment is a huge thing. And yeah, I can get on and do some gaming now. So I'll throw links in the description if you want to check out AWD, if you want to have a look at the PC that I've got, the specs. Yeah, absolutely chuffed to bits with it. Thank you very much if you're watching this from AWD, whoever stuck this computer together. Thank you very much for the excellent job of cable management. I've got OCD, so that's a welcome thing. And I will close you off with this nice shot of the computer in action. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff if you want to. See you later. Bye bye.